Ah! Oh! Oh, it's here! It's here! Oh! Oh, shoot! Alright, everybody, welcome to Autonomy. We're reacting to the Billy! The Billy dripmarketing is here! Oh! Oh, it's here! Alright, 1 second. Alright, hey, okay, certain up. Here we go. Alright, let's look.
Oh, manager, that was quick. No problem.
You look so cool!
Night should
Physical rapture!
do.
I was completely wrong. Aldir saying he was gonna be physical support. Alright, well, okay. Alright. I'll explain myself in a bit, okay? But the flip of that, Billy dripmarketing. Oh, shoot. Rest in peace, bro. I'm skipping. I'm skipping. They gave him the horns! He's a demon! He has aura! He's a monster! Oh my goodness, what's going on with his arm? He got, but he has a flippin' buster cannon on his arm. He still has one of his old guns. Did he ditch? Did he ditch the other gun? His whole demo is both of the guns are sentient. Where's the second one? Is this it? Did it get upgraded?
What a Starlight night should do.
Oh my goodness. I will say,
No problem.
he looks like a demon and that's his voice still? He's not doing a scary voice? No Billy Batman voice? Where are they? Like flipping, where's the intimidation?
What a Starlight night should do.
Well, you know what, actually, so these are probably his old clothes. But like, it's future Billy, right? He's not reverting back to his past self. He's getting hyped up. He's getting hyped up, right? He's excited about Starlight Nights. So like the Billy we know, it's the same personality. Right? He's already recovered from his demon time, okay? He's already undergone his actual transformation into, the new person, right? He's not the same hunter, executioner, champion from before, from the old Caledon gang, alright? He has changed as a person, but so his personality is what we're used to, alright? It's still that goofy Billy. But he was clearly a demon back in the day. My goodness. Imagine this hunting you down. I'd be terrified. I'd be scared. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, okay. Alright, let's take a look at W stuff. Let's look, what's going on? What's going on here? Alright, Agent Record, Starlight Billy. Just a Starlight 9 passing through. Starlight Billy. Alright, his name is Starlight Billy. So he's literally S-Billy. So Silver Soldier Anvi, so we call her Sanvi. Right now it's Starlight Billy. So is it just silly? Or is it Billy? It's Billy? It's probably silly. People are gonna call him silly. Okay. I bet you down who's running absolutely sick, insane, cool, straight up illegal levels of awesome motorcycle? That's right, it's me, Billy Kid. Wait a sec, this intro's kind of cringe. I was trying to go for something way cooler and more hype with like explosions. Ah, it's my tunnel stuff. Okay, I gotta trick my cool pose. Okay, he's still a goofball. He's still a goofball. Oh my goodness, though, the hype, guys. Oh my gosh. Alright. Let's take a look at the art here yet of him. Starlight Billy, the cunning hairs are always available with the right price. He looks so sick, I'm not gonna lie. The horns! I'm cooked, guys! There's 2 weaknesses I have! Robot characters and characters with horns! They did both! They put it in one! It's flippin'! Oh no! I said I was gonna M6 Aria! I mean, okay, we're not M6ing Billy on his first run. I don't have the money. I'm not a Giga Whale, okay? That's not happening. But like, I was gonna save it for Aria's rerun. I was gonna pull S-Rank Billy. All the rumors were talking about him. We kinda knew he was coming. I didn't expect him to have this much aura. This is unprecedented levels of aura. He looks so good. He looks so good. The vest with the fluffy collar, and then the red scarf that's somehow going through the vest. Maybe there's a hole in the hood or something that the scarf is going through. I don't know. He is so sick looking though. Like he stole, for anyone that's watched Full Metal Alchemist, he stole Greed's fit. That's what happened. He went and stole Greed's fit and became a demon. Dang, I thought his hair was gonna go down because in these trust events, when he's recognized, so you go at the end of trust events, you go into a hollow. This Ray make Billy, by the way. You went to a hollow and a bunch of hollow raiders are like making fun of him and they have us surrounded and he's like, oh, what are you gonna do? And then some guy like, he sees it's a robot and he throws water at Billy like to try and short circuit him while they're mocking him. And it puts his hair down. And then when his hair is down, that's when he's recognized. That's when one of the readers of that of those hollow raiders that found him were like, wait, you're the champion from Caledon. And then they all start running for their lives. Because Billy has quite the past. But like his hair is still up, it's still pointed up. And I was saying this, guys, I'm telling you, right? Back in 1.0, I recognized the thing with Billy and I was like, oh my goodness, he is a reference to Vash the Stampede from Trigun. He is this goofy character that's pretending to be goofy, but actually he has this dark past in which he is, a lot more of a, he's a gunslinger, he's been through a lot, he was a menace. And now we're getting the payoff for that. It's been 2 years almost, right? Yeah, it's been almost 2 years. Dang, we've been in Zenless for a while! Oh my goodness. Yeah, 1,000,000%. We are giga skipping Chromia hour. And this is the same day, by the way. I just finished the Chromia drip market reaction. So that's its own video. Feel free to watch that already. Although in that one, normally I try to speculate on Kit, but in Chromia, I was so excited for S-rank Billy. Last week, I was literally going to I was looking into the leaks trying to find him, but he wasn't there. They really kept him a secret, so I don't know what's going on with him. Let's take a look over here. We already read this. So he's still Gentle House. He's still the Cunning Hairs. Starlight Billy. Let's see here. Billy's new equipment. He's been bugging me about getting an advance on his income. He's been getting me about getting an advance on his income to buy some big ticket item. Probably one of those limited edition or discontinued paraphernalia or life-size collectible things again. I just hope he doesn't put it in our living room. I don't have time to deal with this right now. I'm working on closing this major deal. Nicole, whose voice suddenly gets cut off on the other end of the line. Alright, that's them teasing S-Rank Nicole. Next year, alright? Alright, end of Season 3, S-Rank Nicole. Alright, on my soul. I'm just kidding, not on my soul, alright? I'm not sacrificing that, alright? But S-Rank Nicole's gonna happen, alright? There's a reason she's weirdly connected to everybody. Alright, S-Rank, super rich Nicole, coming out in 3.9. I said it here first. Anyways, his new form? Yeah, I kinda expected it. But man, one thing did catch me off guard. He still remembers the red scarf. Lighter. That's what... He was saying, they've been saying this, they've been hinting at this for everyone that has been paying super attention to all the Billy lore. Like, Nekomata, a while back, she was saying Billy's Two-Face. He is hiding his true personality. And then she wouldn't elaborate. And then Lighter's been saying, yeah, Billy could beat me in a fight. I can't beat him when he's going all out. He was the old champion, I'm the new one. And Lighter is the undefeated champion, and for Lighter to be yeah, he can beat me. That's insane, right? That's the power scaling we're seeing here. Actually, I'm pretty sure the scarf that Lighter has, either he got it from Billy, or he's wearing it because he saw Billy wearing it, and he's like, oh, this is what the champions wear. Wait, so you're saying your new equipment can turn into guns? Cannons? Anything at all? Really? Then it can dispense macro? No! How boring. Nekomata, who gave Billy's equipment explanation trial feedback score of 0. So that's what... So this is his new equipment. So he bought a new arm. And it can transform into different weapons? That's sick. So, I'm seeing over here... that's still clothing, but the whole arm is exposed here. That's 1,000,000% like a Starlight Knight's arm. So I'm guessing it's Starlight Knight's branded, and he had to get it. He had to get it. This is his transformation. And I'm guessing his old leather jacket, he's like, oh shoot, the new arm doesn't fit because it has this big bulky thing outside. He probably ripped off his sleeve. He probably ripped off one of the sleeves of his old jacket just so his new arm could fit through it. I'm willing to bet that's what happened. He's like, nah, I'm wearing the old clothing. This is my transformation. This is my transformation. And he's, oh shoot, my arm doesn't fit. That's perfectly in character too. Alright, let's see here. You think Starlight Knights are only born from the chosen few? Wrong. As long as you hold the courage in the face of darkness, the Starlight shall answer you call. Starlight Knight Season 2, Episode 7. I need them to make... Please, Hoyoverse, I'm begging you, do a Billy... Please do a Billy, like, animated teaser. Like you did for Seed, and Miyabi, and for Aishuan. And Aishan Guang. Do an animated teaser. But it's just a Starlight Knights episode. And then you replace the Red Ranger with Billy. Replace the Red Starlight Knight with Billy. And then it's him daydreaming about being in the show, and it's actually just an episode of it. Oh, that would be so peak. That would be so peak. Or maybe I'm getting my hopes too high up. Maybe I'm getting my hopes too high up. Oh my gosh, it's just Starlight Knight passing through. Oh my gosh, guys, this is some next level peak, right? And there's definitely a certain level of hype here that is just born from having this being built up for so long, right? When you start teasing characters all the way back, and of course we've had Billy ever since, right? We've had A-Rank Billy. He's lots of fun to play. Mine is a little bit on the weaker side though. I didn't build him too much because I built Nekomata at the beginning when I started playing. But I'm a big fan of Billy, okay? Maybe I'm fraud status because I didn't fully build my A-Rank Billy. He's a little bit harder to use in the endgame, and I'm not willing to vertically invest in supports. And so keeping him just as powerful and able to clear endgame is a little bit harder for my account at least. But I'm still a big fan, okay? He still has some killer discs on my account. I farmed for OG Billy. And now we're seeing he is physical rupture. I really thought... So okay, I'm gonna explain why I said physical support at the beginning. I thought he was gonna be like a support in name only. Like how Miyabi is an anomaly in name only, but she's actually a crit DPS. Right, and then you see Nangong, who is a stun character in name only, but actually she's an anomaly. Except that Nangong also does stun, so she is a stun not in name only. But like she does anomaly stuff too, right? I thought S-Rank Billy was gonna be a physical support. And hear me out. I thought it was gonna be a physical support, but actually he supports by doing damage via aftershocks off field. That's what I thought before, and the reason I thought that is because, so we look at S-Rank Anmi, okay? We're gonna use our comparison S-Rank Anmi here. Alright, when you look at S-Rank Anmi, she was electric stun before, and then she became electric attack. And I had this theory that all of the OG, our OG Cunning Hairs, our Gentle House, our main characters, well, not the main characters, but they're kind of the faces of the game. I thought that they were going to be compatible with each other because they gave Silver Soldier Anvi a special faction. It was Silver Squad. She's technically not Obol Squad. She is Silver Squad, but Silver Squad is compatible with Obol Squad. That was like one of the ways that the special factions worked. It's the same thing with Jane Doe. Jane Doe is like she's criminal special investigations or something like that, but she's compatible with the rest of PubSec. And that's kind of like how is what they had going for Silver Soldier Anvi. So I thought Billy was gonna be like a special Sons of Caledon, like a special Sons of Caledon compatibility that would also be compatible with Silver Squad to make him compatible with Anvi. And I thought that we were gonna get Nicole S-Rank a year later, and she was gonna be Ether Stunner. Billy was gonna be Aftershock damage dealer, but actually physical support. And then they were gonna be compatible with Silver Anvi to kind of create like OG Cunning Hair's S-Rank team. Does that make sense? I thought that's what they were going for, but no. Billy is physical rupture, so very, very clearly he is gonna be an on-field DPS. It's gonna be interesting to see how they, keep this in line because we just got Yishun Guang. And if anyone knows what happens, Miyabi released, she was super OP in the devs to kind of like keep her in line and keep the content interesting. It stopped people from just using, Miyabi to clear every single endgame. I mean, people still do that, I'll be honest, but to stop people from using Miyabi for everything, they started creating all these bosses that were anti-ice anomaly. Anomaly build-up resistance, resistance to ice, to try and essentially nerf Miyabi without nerfing her kit, but like directly countering her. That's how the devs are balancing the game, so that you were kind of, pushed to use other characters, not just her. She still was clearing the end game, right? She was just that OP. But it's kind of like, that was how they kept it balanced, if that makes sense. And then now we have Yi Sheng-Guang, who's like, the next form of power creep in Zenless Zone Zero. And she's so OP, and she's gonna... But like, we've seen it in 2.7 now. They just introduced a new boss that has a corruptive barrier that has crit damage resistance, which I know they're doing that directly to counter Yi Sheng-Guang because she has such a high crit stat, just from her, her W engine, her build, her kit, her disc set. It gives her all this extra crit. So she has such a high crit stat that she does so much damage. Also, her scalings are ridiculous too, right? So I feel like we're gonna start seeing physical resistance, physical crit damage res, stuff like that to kind of counter Yi Sheng-Guang so that she doesn't stay super duper OP. Or not that she's not OP, right? But like to kind of keep her in line, right? So that people are forced to use other teams like the Angels of Illusion or Yishuan, or our other previously invested teams, our Naomi teams. I'm seeing Yanagi have a huge comeback thanks to Nangong. Same for Miyabi. Right, well, they keep making things interesting is what I'm saying. The devs are making it so that there's a constant rotation of who you want to use instead of just, relying on your super duper powered, vertically invested teams, which kind of goes to show in this game. It's pretty good to, pull lots of characters rather than going for mindscapes and W engines because the devs keep mixing it up. Although the thing is, you want your characters to stay relevant, and when you do that, you pull mindscapes. That's kind of just how the Hoyoverse games are designed. So I'm really curious, because Yi Sheng-Guang, right, and she has a ton of, defense ignore in her mindscapes. And then also, like, if you have her W engine, she ignores physical resistance. And if you give her a pen ratio disc, then she's ignoring the defense of the enemies anyways. See, she's basically a physical rupture. Or at least she covers what physical rupture would, because she's a physical attacker. But, like, the enemy's defense almost doesn't matter, because the shield rupture, they created miasmic shield, which would increase the enemy's defense. Right, and then that's kind of how they're forced rupture into the meta, by having these enemies with these annoying shields that increase their defense, so regular attackers struggled a little bit unless you were really good with stunners to help remove the shields. But Yi Sheng-Guang, she has a gimmick where she just deletes the Ether Veil, or not the Ether Veil, she deletes the miasmic shield when she's in her Ether Veil, which is like at all times. So she was effectively kind of doing a Rupture's job as an attack agent. So now that Billy is physical Rupture, I'm like, how is he gonna coexist with Yi Sheng-Guang? Unless they just start making, like, enemies that are high defense without the miasmic shield. And the only way to get around it is with defense shred, which, keep in mind, that's not just Billy shilling. That's not just Billy shilling, okay? We can get around it. This song is so fitting. Anyways, we can get around it, right? Because we have, A-rank Nicole, she has her defense shred. Or that's not gonna be for Billy, that's just for other characters to fight the shield content for Rupture, right? Rena has her pen ratio buff, which hopefully she gets a buff soon, right? If they buff Rena, they give that pen ratio buff even more, more potency, then Rupture will be something we can essentially sidestep. I mean, I'm a sidestepping Rupture I sidestep Fire Rupture with my Silver Soldier Army team. I know that's a bit weird, but I have a really high invested Orphe, and I have a Trigger with her W engine. So Trigger's W engine shreds defense, and then Orphe with her W engine shreds, defense for aftershocks as well. And so I'm able to sidestep those high defenses because we're already defense shredding quite a bit. Anyways, back to Billy here. I'm curious. It would be interesting to see if he's just a traditional crit DPS. And keep in mind, when it comes to Rupture characters, they tend to have lower scalings than your regular attackers. But the reason their scalings are lower is because they just ignore all defense, right? So instead of doing, instead of you having your initial damage output and then the defense cuts that damage output in half, and then that's what the enemy's receiving from regular attackers, Ruptures, they have they kind of just go through the defense and just do the raw damage. So they have to lower the multipliers to kind of keep it in line with the attack agents, to keep it balanced, if that makes sense. And then to kind of, she'll either attack or she'll rupture. They'll either make enemies with high defense and low HP, so that the rupture units can kill them faster, or they'll make enemies with a super duper high HP and low defense, and then the lower scalings of the rupture units will struggle against these new enemies. But attack agents will be able to deal more damage because of that low defense. If that makes sense, right? I'm just explaining like how they're gonna balance this kind of stuff. So for Billy, let me change up the visuals here. We're just staring at the PNG.
Oh, manager.
Or just the... So for Billy, anyway, what I'm saying is, it would be interesting, because right now all of our Rupture DPS, they rely on crit. They want crit damage, they want crit rate. And then now we're seeing, Corruptive Barrier. This whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, this enemy takes less crit damage. So your crit scaling characters are gonna struggle a bit more against this boss. Better use Anomaly instead. I'm curious if they're gonna make Billy kind of like, to make him coexist with Ishumbuang, who is this extremely high damage dealing crit DPS. It would be interesting if Billy was just like raw damage. Like he didn't need crit, if he just had a really high like raw sheer stat. It's all sheer and then sheer damage bonus, and it's always crit matters less. That would be really interesting. And that would honestly be a little bit less, that would be easier to build. And that would be a little bit more consistent when you're doing, any combat. Because sometimes, if you have a lower crit rate, sometimes when you're fighting a boss and you have a 50% crit rate, sometimes you just get unlucky and all your hits lose that 50%, like that 50-50. And then you just deal half the damage you're supposed to do, right? That can happen sometimes, and then you have to reset the Deadly Assault on the shield defense and try again. So crit consistency, you can deny that by just not having crit and building raw stats. Now, he might just be a crit DPS. That might be the case. If Billy's just a raw crit DPS, how is he gonna coexist with Yi Xiongguang? Like, genuinely. She already, like, she's not ignoring so much defense. She's ignoring physical resistance, so they could introduce super high defense, the physical bosses in the future, I guess. I don't know. And here's the thing, right? He was dripmarketed second, so he's second half of 2.8. Or maybe we do a thing where they drop Promia and Billy at the same time, because they dripmarketed them the same day. That's not exactly normal. Typically when they dripmarket one character, and then they wait like 2 days, and then they dripmarket the second half character after. And that's how they've been doing it. But Promia and Billy were the same day, but Promia was first, so I assume she's gonna be first half and Billy is second half, which, rest in peace, the male characters, they always get the short end of the stick right before Void Hunter level. Or I guess in this case, he's right before season 3. I'll be honest, I hope they drop them at the same time and both of their banners last the entire duration of the patch. I think that's more fun. I'm more excited for Billy than Promia, like by a significant margin. They did that with Harumasa and Miyabi, and they did that with Zhao and Yi Xiongguang. I don't think anyone was super... Actually, no. I think there's definitely some people that were excited about Zhao, but what I'm saying is like... Everyone probably went for Yi Xiongguang, right? And Zhao was also free, Harumasa was free, but like they didn't want to keep people waiting for Harumasa's W engine or Mindscape, so they released him at the same time. I kind of hope it's the same thing here, and the reason is because I know why they want the second half banner, so they can have a kind of boost in sales halfway through the patch, so that like, it doesn't go stagnant in terms of, their income. But I'm also kind of like, the way that these gacha games are, I mean, if you look at how they trend, how they perform, it's always the first half banner. That's where you get all of the front-loaded pulls. That's where people are excited and they're willing to swipe. It's always that first half where the sales are the highest. And I feel like, the thing is, Billy has an unprecedented amount of hype around him as a male character. Now, I'm not saying devs want males to fail. That's not how... I'm sure the reality is they want every character to perform well, but they're not the ones who decide who's popular and who isn't, right? And then if we're gonna talk like power levels and stuff, it's just game balancing. It gets messy. Alright, no one's gonna get everything perfectly balanced. You look at any fighting game, and none of those are perfectly balanced. You look at any competitive game, none of those are perfectly balanced. This is a single player game. The power level, as long as the characters can clear the content, that's all that matters to me, right? But what I'm saying is, like, Billy has a very high amount of hype compared to our other male characters. But he's in one of the worst positions. Like, you know, people are like, Banyu Wei was in a rough position of being right before Yi Shun Wang. But like, Billy is right before Season 3! So I'm hoping he's also first half alongside Promia, like just the elusive double banner drop that will last the entire patch, leading us into Season 3. That would be really nice. I would really, really like that. Because one, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. And two, I want his sales to be, you know, to reflect pretty highly. Although, admittedly, the people play for different reasons, right? Some people are probably more excited for Promia. Some people more excited for Billy. I'm more excited for Billy, obviously, okay? I've been yapping for 25 minutes here and I can keep going because gosh dang, look at him! He looks so sick! Oh my gosh. It's cool how his like robot legs or his pants transition into his robot legs. Like I'm just looking at it now. His pants tuck in to his legs. Like those aren't boots, that's his legs. So it's like his pants just tuck in and then they stop at his knees. We got the Starlight Knight's belt. He better be doing Starlight Knight poses during the fight. Like I better see like a flying rider kick. I want to see Kamen Rider stuff. I want to see Super Sentai stuff. Power Rangers. Or he better be doing transformation poses. Even if he doesn't transform, he can transform in my heart. Alright, he can just do the pose and in my heart, he will have transformed before my eyes and I will be wowed. Now, I'm gonna point this out. I pulled while I was yapping, I pulled up the demos here, alright? This is like kind of important here. I'm curious. Let's head over to the full screen react. Alright, I pulled up his demo.
The sun's up already?
Yeah. Did you sleep well?
And then if you look over here, alright? So he has his two sentient guns now. He can't hear them, as they say in this demo, right? They show he can't hear his guns, but they're sentient. And it's like, oh, he's got his two guns. And by the way, this is like way before they like fully finalized the casting for Zenless on Zero. So if you're wondering why this Billy sounds a bit different, this is a different voice actor.
Just get your gun.
They sound similar, but this one's lower pitched. But like we have his two guns. He only has the one. He only has the one. So I'm kind of like, what happened to the second one? They're sentient, are they not? Is the gun inside here? Did he install it into the super mecha arm and the super beam cannon arm? I don't know what this thing is gonna do, but it's literally just a box on his arm. Maybe there's a sword in there. I mean, Nekomato was saying it can transform into any weapon. So like maybe there's guns, there's swords, maybe it's a flippin' laser beam thing. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do, alright? It might be, like, you would be really, I mean, okay. Kamen Rider, you have to have a sword, right? I feel like swords are a must. Right, so it's gotta be like a sword in there. A beam cannon, I feel like that's a must. Right, where he like, poses with the belt, charging or something, right? And then it's like starts announcing, powering up. And then he like shoots a flippin' laser with his arm. Oh, that would be so sick. That would be so sick. He did say he's got a super illegal motorcycle. And that makes me think that maybe it's like Mavrika in Genshin Impact, where he just has a motorcycle in his moveset. Like maybe this thing transforms into a motorcycle. I don't know. Anyways, back to the demo real quick for flippin' OG Billy.
Time for a transformation again.
Alright, so he clearly has a new arm. This is the old arm here. Like, his flippin'... his horns. So these are white things. I'm wondering if the horns were from his old Caledon days, or if that's just a new thing he installed because he thought it looked cool. But like, he has these white clips on top of his mask that were there before.
Beating. Let's go. Let's go big and light up the starry sky.
Dang, this is the gun that got replaced. Where is it? Billy! What did you do to her? She's sentient!
Let me look for it.
Did you hear?
They were so excited to get some gun oil. The one not replaced? I don't know. The thing is that he can't hear them, or he doesn't know they're sentient, and maybe this is metaphorical. Maybe they're not actually sentient, and it's just kind of like, you know, they give some goofy character to his trusted weapons. But I'm also kind of like, just for this demo, I'm kind of attached to them. Did he ditch one of them? He only has one. He only has one of them. He only has one. Where's the second one? I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh well. No, here's the only thing. We're gonna go back to talking about his kit, alright? We're just gonna talk about his kit a little bit more, whatever it may be. I'll be honest, right after this video, I'm just gonna go look at the leaks and see if I was right with my guesses. But like, if he's physical Rupture, the big issue, it's hardly an issue, but the big thing with Rupture right now is we kind of don't have a support system for Rupture that's like super, all of them want the same team. Or Yishuan, Yidhari, Banyue, flippin' Minato, they all want a Dylan and Lucia. And then like, you know, you even use your Fufu too, and I know people are like, oh, Dylan's so much better, you get a whole extra ultimate. But I'm like, yeah, but your Fufu gives like 1 billion crit damage, so I feel like if you have your stats distributed really good, your Fufu can still perform well. Is it the same level as Dylan? Probably not. Alright, I'm sorry, Fufu. I'm sorry, Fufu. It's just the truth. They made Dylan so good. But Fufu is still usable. So I guess technically, if you have Dylan and Fufu, and you wanna like, they do like double Rupture shielding one of the deadly assaults or shoot defenses where you're like, well, I need 2 Rupture teams. Uh-oh. Then maybe you can Dylan and Fufu. I don't have Fufu, so I'm cooked. But I think we only have 1 Rupture support wave 2. It's Panyanhu and Lucia. Panyanhu did get a little bit better because of the Zhao set, which gives 18 damage bonus. Because before we were coping, like putting him on the flippin' Astra set, we were and just quick swapping and praying that was enough. But it's like, it's not. It was not enough. But like, so Panyanhu went up in value a little bit, but I'm like, that's still my Lucia level. Like, Lucia really increased the damage my Yishuan was doing. It's like, what if there's a deadly assault where you need Yishuan and you need Billy in the same throat? How are we splitting up the teams? So, shoot. I don't know. Actually, well, I just had a thought. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. What if we buff Caesar? I know that's a crazy thing, right? What if we buff Caesar? Alright, Caesar is washed. She desperately needs a potential unlock. They didn't put her in the shop for some reason, even though they put Jane Doe and Bernice and like Bernice didn't need to go in there, but I guess why not? Jane Doe didn't need to go in there, but they're like, what if everyone got M2? What if everyone eventually got M2? So they put her in, and then Shingy... Nice, he got cooked by Dylan, I'm not gonna lie, but mine did not. My Shingy did not get cooked by Dylan, because mine is M1 with W1 Jin. So, with all that power equates to M0 Dylan. I know, that's actually so sad. It's actually so sad now that I say it out loud, but it's okay. I have 2 good Sunners. So I'm like... Alright, my theory, what if we buff Caesar and make her compatible? We make her compatible with Rupture. And then he can be with, and then she can be with Billy, or he can be with Caesar, right? And then so we have, that way we'd have a physical, like it would be a physical team, and you know, Caesar does a stun, and then her buff is kind of mid right now, and that's why everyone doesn't like her, because like Zhao gives 1,000 attack also, and then 40% damage bonus to the team, and then also on top of that, Zhao gives Ether Veil, and people are like, oh, Zhao's not that good because she was free. But I'm like, Zhao is still incredibly usable though, like. Being like 10% worse than the best support is still like being really good as a stand-in. So I'm like, if we buff Caesar and make her compatible with Rupture units, like for example, right now she gives a shield that gives 1,000 attack, and then the shield prevents you from being interrupted. If she gives a shield and that attack, and then I think she also debuffs the enemy, she makes them take more damage. If they buff her with a potential unlock, if they give her like, I kid you not, if they give her like a 500 sheer buff on top of the 1000 attack, because keep in mind attack gets converted to sheer on Rupture units. So it's like, most of the Rupture units, I think actually all of them so far are all HP scaling. I wonder if Billy will be HP scaling, but the reason they're all HP scaling is because they have a thing in their core passive all the time, where they convert HP into shear, which is that's this thing that all their attacks scale off of. But for all rupture units, there's a base thing just in the rupture roll in general that converts attack into shear. So the conversion rate is about 30% or 33%, something like that. So 1000 attack from Caesar gets converted into 333 shear. That's just how it works. So if they give Caesar like a 500 shear buff as a potential unlock, then that would be 333 plus 500, 800, not as much as the 900 Lucia gives, but that's sizable enough that Caesar becomes integral to rupture teams, especially if they start doing multiple, if you start doing content where you need multiple rupture teams, where it's like you need each one on one side, or Yadhari and Banyue, and then on the other side you're gonna need Billy or something, right? So anyway, and also like that would also tie it in where it's like, Caesar and Billy, they have a bit of a past. For those that don't know, the prosthetic arm that Caesar has, it's one of Billy's spare arms. It's one of his spare arms. So and they call each other big bro and sis. Or actually, I think no, Caesar calls Billy little bro, even though Billy has literally been around since Caesar was a kid. I don't know, it's a seniority thing, I guess. But Billy calls her sis, and then Lighter calls him bro as well. Like, he's one of the Sons of Caledon family, which is why I'm surprised that he's still cutting hairs. I thought he was gonna be Sons of Caledon. Or just like, OG Taladon that makes him compatible with Silver Squad and Sons of Caledon. But he's cutting hairs. Actually, no, just on that topic, wait, that means he has no compatibility with any of the cutting hairs except for A-Rank Onmi, who kinda sucks because she just stuns and doesn't do anything past that. Please! I know she's an A-Rank. On potential unlock A-Rank Almy, please. Please, I have her built as a DPS because that's literally all she can do. Please, Hoyoverse. Anyways, yeah, because like, Nicole gives defense shred, which rupture units don't care about. Nikomata is another on-field DPS, and not one of the... She's not really that strong. Although I'm seeing people clear the Yishin Wong stuff with Nekomata because they're just using Zhao and Sunna to give Nekomata an ether reveal to take advantage of the shield buffs. Although that's not a while back. I don't think those buffs are here anymore. I've talked for 37 minutes, dang! Dang! Off of reacting to a PNG. Oh, snap. So I mean, guys, like again, it's love to ramble and share my thoughts, and I'm sure you guys like having the background noise. That's kind of what I'm aiming for with these videos, right? There's people that do short, concise things that talk about the news and their theories, or even talk about leaks and stuff. I just want to share my thought process, see if you guys, have a similar thought process, or maybe you guys have differing opinions that you can share in the comments down below. I would love to know what you think of S-Rank Billy. Because by all means, he's a demon, he's a robot, he's got horns, like, I will, mark my words, one day we will probably M6 him. I have never seen a character glow up like this in any gacha ever. This is the coolest altar I have ever seen. Oh my gosh, like with unprecedented levels of aura, he's so cool. Wait, I already love the Billy because he's a robot character. I love my robot characters, right? I'm still in despair that I couldn't get Banyue. I feel like 50 pulls at him. But I also need to save my pulse for Yishin Wong and then the Angels of Illusion, who I thought were gonna be right after. Speaking of which, can I return Yishin Wong? Can I return her? I don't want her anymore. I want Starlight Billy. I will gladly trade Yishin Wong for Starlight Billy. Okay, I think I've shared my thoughts. I think I've shared my thoughts enough, okay? I think I've extended this video long enough. Alright, are you guys okay with me making the video this long? Like, I'm literally reacting to like a PNG of a gacha character. But I know I love talking about the details of like, the gacha meta, different things that like, oh, they could do this from a game design standpoint. What could they possibly do with this character? I'm so interested in it. Especially for a character like this who has so much of a past, so much information about them. Like, oh my goodness, I'm excited. I kind of do hope that he's not second half. Like, second half is better because we have more time to save. But also, put him in the first half, please. Put him in the first half, please. I don't want to wait all of Nangong's banner, Cecia's banner, and then Pomia's banner. I want to play with Billy now. I want them ASAP. Alright, I can survive through Nangdong and Sisia's Manor, but if I have to wait through Chromia's Manor, I'm gonna be a little sad going 3 banaries without a new character. That is what they really like about ZZ. They give us enough pulls that, like, I'm basically pulling a character every patch. Like, it's nice. I'm not a whale, but I am a light spender. I might whale for Billy, though, I'm not gonna lie. I might... Depending on how he feels to play, I kid you not, I might try and get that, I might try and get some Mindscapes. I know I'm supposed to be saving for 3.0, but, like, this is shaking my time. My plan was to get Billy M0W0 and then save for Season 3. But I'm seeing this and I'm like, screw Season 3. Screw Season 3. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't care what kind of new stuff they're introducing there. How much meta shilling they're gonna do. I don't need it. I just need S-rank Billy. If we full send on him and we get him like M2 maybe or something, maybe, just maybe that's powerful enough that he can like overcome shill content. We're not gonna be getting high scores, right? We're not gonna be getting high scores at this point. But as long as we can clear the end game so my badge number goes up so that I can still kind of flex that, then I'll be okay. I'll be okay. My goodness, guys. I've tried to end the video like 3 times now. I've tried to end it 3 times. There's just so many thoughts. He's so cool. He's so cool. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm gonna upload this now. This has been reacting for too long. Alright, like, yeah, I already asked you guys to comment. What's your plans now? Now that we've seen how much aura this guy have, are you still saving for Season 3? Like, how cooked are you? Alright, because we got flipping Sisia. People are gonna skip Sisia and then me did that story quest. My goodness, alright? Even I want Sisia, but like, I'm holding strong for Starlight Billy. I'm holding strong for Starlight Billy, alright? Sisia who? I don't care how goated and peak she was in that story quest anymore. Billy stole the show, alright? I'm skipping Promia. We're just gonna get S-rank Billy. We're just gonna get S-rank Billy. Let me know what your plans are down below, alright? What do you think about his design? Did it live up to the hype? Did it live up to the hype? Were you like super into his lore until now? Or are you just now learning about all this extra stuff about like how he has his past in Caledon? I recommend watching this teaser again. I recommend watching this teaser like for A-Rank Billy. One of the first videos that Zenless posted. Alright, just go to the YouTube channel, sort by oldest, and then scroll around. You'll find it. You'll find it. Just watch this teaser. He gives this little story about how he was like, you know, he was flipping ancient technology and then somebody found him and then he was wandering like gunslinger with his crew Caledon in the old days and everyone was terrified of him and he's actually built different, but now we're seeing it. I love the balance that I got. He like I kind of wish he had a bit of a serious voice, but I want it to be like a swap in and out where he's like, do you know who you're talking to? Starlight! And then he gets teasy again, right? Where he has moments of being intimidating and moments of just being a goofball. Because I kind of love this back and forth of where he's kind of having trouble trying to stay, you know, goofy and lighthearted. Oh my gosh, alright. Also, if you watch 40 minutes of me talking about Billy, then you're not subscribed. Like, guys, 97% of you ain't subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. What are you doing? Follow my channel, please. Please, we have 1,000 subscribers now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for 1,000 subs, by the way. Alright, next stop, 5,000 subs. That's the goal, alright? We're gonna become a big, small content creator one day. Surely, right? I cover Zenless on Zero stuff, so hit that subscribe button. Bell notifications, right? It's not just easy to. I cover all the other... I play all the other gacha games. I'm really only covering CGC at this point, and Arknights and Field. I want to cover that as well. And then maybe we return to Honkai Star Rail because flippin' Silver Wolf is coming back, and that was the reason I played Honkai Star Rail in the first place. And now he's back, so maybe I gotta go back for that. I don't know, but all I know, ZZ is my main game right now. ZZZ is my main game. Starlight Billy has reinvigorated my already high love for this game. And now it is even higher because holy bean, they did him so much justice. You like his redesign? I love it, but I would love to hear what you guys think down below. I've already said this and all that, alright? Hope you all had a good one, remember. And 10 minutes, so I will see you all next time. Bye!